You've just purchased your first home, you move in and it rains and you realize that your roof is leaking. Or it's the middle of summer, you just moved into that brand new home and your AC goes out. Or it's the middle of winter and your furnace goes out, so you don't have any heat. These are some of the things that keep first-time home buyers up at night. But I'm gonna give you 5 tips that keep first-time home buyers from falling into financial hardship. So to start with number 1, home warranties. From a personal story, when I bought my second home, we had a home warranty on the property, and within about the first month of us living in the home, the kitchen sink stopped draining like it should. It was very slow in terms of it draining. And so we tried all of the remedies, pouring Drano down the drain and all of the things that we could Google to try and get it unclogged. And after several attempts, we called our home warranty company. They sent a technician out who put a snake all the way down the drain and was able to pull up some paper towels that had somehow gotten put down the drain. And that's what unclogged the sink and got it working again. Now, the cost to us for that repair was $60, and the home warranty company covered the rest of whatever the expense was. Now, I start with home warranty because that's the place that you're typically going to start when you're negotiating things before you even get under contract. Now, a home warranty is something that covers aspects of the home that might fail within the first year that you're living in the home. So let's say that you have an HVAC system. You could put that under a home warranty. That's your heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system that runs through the house. It pumps the cold air in the summertime, the hot air in the wintertime. And that's a system that you can have covered under your home warranty so that if it stops working, the home warranty company can come and repair that for you, because repairing your HVAC system, essentially, it can be an expensive repair. So other than that, you can also have things like your water heater covered under a home warranty. If your water heater goes out, that's the container that you typically have in your home that keeps the water hot. So when you cut on the hot water in your shower, or you cut on the hot water with the sink, you get hot water. If that stops working, you don't have hot water. And if it's the middle of winter and you don't have hot water, that water is going to be ice cold. So you want to make sure that that's something that's potentially covered. Any of your major systems that you could think of, you can get a home warranty that can cover your internal compliances, for like your refrigerator. You could have a home warranty that can cover, some electrical things in your home. So there are a lot of things, however broad you want it to be or however narrow you want it to be, that's what you can get your home warranty to cover. And that's what's going to help you in terms of having a little bit of peace of mind in making sure that you don't have to spend a whole lot of money as a new homeowner, having just spent all the money to purchase the home. So that's the first thing, is the home warranty. Second thing is the homeowner's insurance. Insurance and warranties work different. So your homeowner's insurance is going to cover things such as, let's say a storm comes through and damages your roof and now you need to have your roof replaced. That's something that homeowner's insurance is going to cover. Homeowner's insurance is also going to cover, let's say that you have a pipe that burst in your house. You're sleeping at night and all of a sudden you hear water running in the house, and you get up and you go to search your house and find out that one of your pipes is busted and the floors are ruined because you've got water all over the place. Maybe the walls are ruined because it was a pipe that was behind one of the walls. And so now you're going to need to get new floors. You're going to need new sheetrock, new drywall. So that's something that your homeowner's insurance can help you cover. Now, if it's something that is normal wear and tear, those are not generally things that you're going to file an insurance claim on. For example, let's compare this to you driving a vehicle. If your brakes start wearing out on your car, you're not going to go and file an insurance claim because your brakes wore out on your car. You're going to have to pay the money to get your brakes fixed. Same thing with the homeowner's insurance. If your roof is starting to wear and there's not been some storm that came through and damaged your roof, but you know what? Roofs have a lifespan. Maybe it's reached the end of its 20-year or 30-year lifespan. Well, now you're just going to have to come up with the money to be able to replace the roof. But if something damages your roof, if a tree were to fall on your house and cause damage to your roof or cause damage to some other structural elements of the house, that's when your homeowner's insurance kicks in and then you can thereby have that fixed after you pay your deductible. And so that is how homeowners insurance will work. So that's the second thing. Number one, home warranty. Number two, your homeowner's insurance. Number three, your home inspection. And before I get into your home inspection, let me back up to the first one really quick with home warranty, because I do want to mention that when it comes to your home warranty, this is something that you can actually negotiate in the purchase and sale contract for the seller to pay for. When I purchased my second home, this is actually something that the sellers that we purchased the home for, they actually paid for the home warranty. So the home was covered under a home warranty when we purchased it. And that was pretty neat because it was something that we didn't have to come out of pocket with. Now, if it's something that you have to come out of pocket with for yourself, it's not a lot of money, and the money varies depending upon how much you want to have covered, but it can literally be anything from a couple $100s to, you know, a couple $1,000s if you want everything covered in the home. But if you typically, I just recommend that individuals focus on the items that they are most worried about, or the items that have maybe a little bit less life in them. Maybe you want to focus the home warranty things on that. But if you've purchased a house that has a brand new heating and air conditioning system, maybe a brand new HVAC system or a brand new water heater, you don't need to get those items covered under your home warranty, because the likelihood of them failing within the next few years is very low because they're already new. And a lot of times those new items come with warranties in place when you have them installed. So you don't need to have a warranty on top of that. You want to get the warranties to cover things that are no longer under a warranty and have a likelihood of potentially failing and costing you a lot of money within that first year or two of you purchasing that home. So wanted to back up and mention that with the home warranty. But home warranty, homeowner's insurance. The third thing is your home inspection. This is your prevention method that kind of guides what you need to be focused on in terms of how you direct your home warranty, how you direct your homeowner's insurance, and also if it's even worth it for you to purchase the home. I highly recommend not foregoing a home inspection. A home inspection is not something that is required when you purchase a home. Lenders don't require you to get a home inspection, but it's something that I highly recommend, because what a home inspector will do is that they are going to go into the house and they are going to take a fine-tooth comb and go through all of the major systems with the house. They're going to look at some of the structural elements of the house, and they're going to see what the true condition of that house is as best as they are able to. And it's true to understand that it is as best as they're able to, because a home inspector cannot see through walls. So if you've got some issues going on, maybe with the wiring of the electrical, outlets or whatever that's taking place behind the walls, a home inspector is not going to be able to see that. So there are some things that they're not going to be able to see, but to the best of their ability, they're going to go up into your attic and they're going to look at the roofing, and they're going to look at the floor, the ceiling joists and everything within your attic. They're going to go into your basement, or if you don't have a basement, they're going to go into your crawl space, and they're going to look at how everything is looking up under your crawl space or in your basement. They're going to look and see if there are any signs of damage, wood damage or wood rot that could pose potential issues down the road that could end up being costly. They're going to look and see if you've got any foundational issues that could potentially be happening with the property. Maybe you've got some settling happening, which is normal, but maybe you have some excessive settling, which might be indications of some foundational issues that are happening. A home inspector is going to look and make sure that that home is sound, and they're going to write up a lengthy report to present to you to let you know that this is the true condition of the home. These are the items that I would be concerned about. These are the items that I would just keep an eye on. And these are things that are operating, effectively. They're going to look at the HVAC system as well. They're going to see if your cold air is pumping out as cold as it should be, and if it's operating efficiently. The same thing with your hot air. So they're going to go through with a fine-tooth comb. Now, how much is this going to cost you? Generally, a good home inspector, depending upon the size of the house, because everything depends, it could cost you anywhere from $300, $400, $500 up to $600, $700, or $800. I see a lot of people generally paying around $400 to $500 for home inspectors to come in and inspect the home. But just be aware that cost could vary depending upon how big your home is, whether it's on a crawl space or whether you have a basement, because there's a little bit more work involved with them getting underneath a crawl space and doing the inspection there. But they'll make recommendations to you. Maybe they recommend to you that you also need to go and have a radon test done. Radon is a gas that can be dangerous for you to have excess amounts of it in your home. And so that maybe they recommend to you, hey, you should go have a radon test done. That's something that you might want to take note of and say, okay, I need to go and have further tests done, which yes, it does mean more money, but it also could prevent you from having to spend more money in the long run if they identify some things that could be some trouble spots. So if they recommend to you, you know what, you should probably have an electrician come out here to look at your electrical panel because I see some things that are wired wrong. You need to have a plumber come look at this faucet or whatever it is. They can make recommendations as well on subject matter experts to come out and look at specific things. Maybe it's a roofer or whatever like that. So that's what a home inspection is going to do for you. That home inspector is really going to help in the front end before you even purchase the home, while you're in your due diligence period where you can back out of the home at any point without losing your money, with the exception of the money that you're paying the home inspector. They're going to identify any areas that could be problem areas for you. And that's their job, is to identify the true condition of the home and any areas that could cause problems. So I harp on this number 3 because it is really important for you to have a good home inspector to inspect the entire property before you proceed with purchasing the home. So top 3, home warranty, homeowner's insurance, home inspection. Moving on to number 4, a termite bond. Now, if you live in a state that has a warmer climate, generally year round, I live in Georgia. Georgia, the ground doesn't freeze like it does in New York or Boston. So termites are active year round in Georgia because, again, it doesn't get as cold down in Georgia. You might live in a state where also you experience the same thing. And all termites aren't the same across the board. When I was living in California, there were dry wood termites that we had to worry about. So in Georgia, it rains a lot. In Southern California, not so much. But you still have termites, but it's a different type of termite that can still end up causing issues and damage to your home. So having a termite bond on the home is something that can hugely save you a lot of money, because once termites start eating away at the wood, which is the structure of your home, that can be very costly to fix and repair. And so typically when you get a termite bond, what they will also do is they'll put termite stations around your home. And these are things that will attract the termites and kill the termites before they start destroying the wood on your home. So they have some other methods that they will use to try and help prevent termites, to try and help kill termites before they become an issue with destroying the wood on your home as well. So having that termite bond can save you a lot. But that's number 4. Moving on to number 5, you want to make a list. Now, what is this list going to consist of? It's going to consist of the individuals that you are going to reach out to when an issue arises. At some point, an issue is likely going to arise. Now, it won't hopefully be soon, but if you live in a house for long enough, something's going to come up. Just like if you were to rent a property for long enough, something's going to come up. The only difference is when you rent a property, you call the landlord, and the landlord calls the people that are going to come and fix the issue. But when you own the property, it's your job to have the people come that are going to fix the issue. So with that, you want to already have a list in place, because the worst time to be trying to call people to fix something is when you have an emergency, because at that point, you're just getting whoever can get out the quickest. And that might not be the best person for you. Maybe it is, depending upon the emergency, but it also might not be the best person for you. It might be the person that you come across first in Google, in your Google search, and you say, I'm just going to go with this guy. That was the first number I saw, and that guy might not do a great job. He might, but he might not. But if you already have a list in place of these are good HVAC people to call if you have any issues with your heating, ventilation, and air conditioning in the house. These are good plumbers to call if you ever have any leaks with faucets, or if you have a pipe burst or anything like that. These are good plumbers that you should reach out to and call. You want to have that list built. And a good place that I like to start is the previous owner, because depending upon how long the previous owners lived there, they've likely had to call somebody to get stuff repaired. And even if they can't give you a good recommendation, they can definitely tell you who the bad ones are to stay away from. Because when I moved into my second home, the previous owners had the septic tank serviced, they had it pumped and everything. And they immediately, they were not shy about divulging information that wasn't even asked about, hey, when it comes time for you to have your septic tank serviced and have that pumped or whatever, do not go with this company, because we called them and they told us all of this stuff that we needed to have done, and it was wrong. It was super expensive and none of it sounded accurate. So we got a second opinion, and the second opinion that we got was like, no, that's not accurate at all. Your system is in good working order. There are no issues. And so when we did have our septic tank serviced, about a year, probably a few years after we moved into the home, we ended up finding out that everything was in good working order. So the seller of the home can definitely tell you if they've had a great experience with the people that they've called who have helped service things that have needed repair, but they can also tell you about the bad ones that they've had as well. And so having a list of at least 2 or 3 people that can work on, your heating, your HVAC system, your heating and air conditioning, 2 or 3 people that you might be able to reach out to for plumbing, that can really help you in terms of, okay, something goes wrong. You already have a list of some people that have been vetted either by you or by other people who have used their services, and you can call people on that list to come and fix your issue as well. So those are the 5 things that I have for you. Again, they're really going to help you in terms of saving a lot of money and a lot of headache as a first-time home buyer. You do not have to stay up at night. You don't have to worry about even purchasing a home, because most home buyers are worried about what's going to go wrong and everything. Home warranty, that's something that you can put in place. And one last thing I do want to mention about home warranty as well, there's a lot of stuff about home warranties. Home warranties are not going to give you brand new fixes for your used and outdated items. If you have a HVAC system that's covered under a home warranty and that air conditioning stops working, your home warranty company is not going to give you a brand new air compressor or a brand new HVAC system. What they are going to do is they're going to take the path that costs the least to get your system back up and running. It's important to remember that, because you have a lot of people that, something will break and they say, oh, I need a new HVAC or I need a new water heater. Well, if a home warranty company can repair your current water heater for less than what it would cost to get you a new one, they're going to repair it. And if they can fix your air compressor or your air handler or your furnace for less than the cost of what it would be to repair any of those items, then they're just going to, less than the cost of what it would be to replace any of those items, then they're just going to repair it rather than replace it, because they're going to take the path that costs them the least so that they can save the money. Now, you still benefit from the home warranty because you're still able to, if you're without air conditioning, they can get you back up and running with air conditioning. Eventually, air conditioning is probably going to go out again if they just put a Band-Aid on it to get you back up and running. So eventually you might have to end up replacing that system, but the home warranty company is going to try to avoid replacing your system. They're going to just try to patch it and repair it as much as they can until replacement is the only option. And by that time, they're going to hope that you're no longer covered under the home warranty so that they don't have to replace the whole system. And if you end up needing to have the whole system replaced, your home warranty company is not going to give you the brand new top of the line system to replace your old worn out rugged system. They're going to give you a system that will meet the standards to suffice for the home that you're living in. If you need a certain size air compressor or air handler to push, however many cubic feet through your house of air, hot air, cold air, whatever it may be, your home warranty company is going to give you they're going to replace it with whatever will fit just for your size. They're not going to give you the brand new state of the art, cost more than what the cheaper model would be. No, you're going to get the lesser expensive model. And that's just something to keep in mind as well when it comes to home warranty. So they can be good, but I like to personally, if at all possible, negotiate for the seller to pay that. And there are a couple ways that you can do that as well, but I like to negotiate, if at all possible, for the seller to pay it. But if the seller's not willing to pay for it, you can pay for that yourself. Again, it's a few $100s, you can get it paid for, but these are some of the things that can help you sleep better at night, help you feel more comfortable about entering into that home buying decision. Because if anything happens, it does not have to break the bank for you. You can have home warranty company, you can have a home insurance that's going to help take care of the vast majority of the cost of making sure that you can continue to have all the things that you need. And then that home inspection being crucial in terms of identifying any issues that could be pitfalls down the road. And lastly, making sure you have that termite bond and that list as well. So that's what I have for you. Thank you for taking the time to tune in. Please do subscribe to the channel and let me know what you think. Leave some comments below, because I am more than happy to provide to you what's going to benefit you most in terms of anything real estate, mortgage, and finance related. So that's what I have for you. Take care. Be blessed. We'll see you in the next video.